Hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish, understand? Some people. Hey there, survivors, how's it going? I'm your host, Douglas here at Dropboy Productions, bringing you another Screaming Ghostface Collector's video. And I'm excited to tell you all, today we have a very special video. I know we have a lot of special videos with very special editions, and today's is a very special one. You already know what it is by the title and thumbnail, but this one deserves a little build-up because this is a very, very cool find. Every truly iconic horror villain has something very iconic about them that when you see it, you will recognize it's supposed to be that character. With most people, it's very simple, just a mask, maybe even a weapon. And then you've got some slasher icons like Freddy, who has the sweater, the fedora, the glove, and even the burned look is kind of iconic to Freddy. Well, another iconic Wes Craven slasher with many iconic things about them is Ghostface. We have, of course, the mask. Everyone knows the mask. Then the robe. Now, dark cloaks have been used by horror slashers and villains for many, many years, but the Ghostface robe is very unique. And of course, the Buck 120 knife, a knife that has been used in many, many horror productions for many years before and many years after. However, to many, the Buck 120 is known as the Ghostface knife. And then the last, most iconic piece is, of course, the voice changer, that scary voice over the phone that we all know and love. When it comes to the original Ghostface costume, a majority of those costume pieces have already been identified and at least one copy has been found. For the mask, we knew it was the Fantastic Faces Weeping Ghost. Easy find there. When it comes to the robe, that was custom made by production, so that's not something you can really go pick up from the store. It's not a vintage, found item, if you will. When it comes to the weapon of the killer, the Buck 120, we found out that it was the Buck 120C, the 1995 model specifically that was used for Scream 1996. Then whenever it comes to the shoe wear of the killer, this is something that has also been debated and searched for almost 30 years. And in fact, it was finally identified last year by Nate Reagan as the Reebok's box boots. It's a very specific model, and at this point in time, I don't think an original pair has yet to surface. So that only leaves one iconic piece for the killer to be identified, the voice changer. And to many fans, the voice of Ghostface is the biggest draw. Those over-the-phone conversations were the scariest part. Not the killer running around in the mask with the knife, tripping and falling, but the scary phone calls. And ever since the original came out, people have been on the search for that original voice changer. And with the real-life voice changers, we know that it will not make your voice sound like that. That's actually Roger Jackson's voice, and in fact, when your voice is modulated by those, you pretty much can't tell what anybody's saying. However, the search for the original style voice changer has been going on for years and years. And in recent years, people even thought perhaps it was just a custom-made prop for production, that it wasn't a real-life voice changer, but was based off of a real-life voice changer. In fact, one of these styles. The writing for telephone voice changer looks very similar. The phone logo looks to be the same exact logo. And overall, it's very close, but it's just not quite the same one. Well, Screaming Ghostface fans, I'm excited to announce that after all these years, an original has surfaced, and I have it right here. This is the original style voice changer used in Scream 1996. Now, when I came across this, I nearly lost my mind. I instantly purchased it, and then sent pictures of it over to Nate, who also nearly lost his mind and control of his vehicle. Now, before I move on, Nate Reagan himself wanted to have a word on this find. He wanted me to drop a video in here for you guys, just letting you know how cool of a find this truly is, because Nate has been in the hobby since the Scream movies came out. So, hear it from the mouth of an original collector.
What's up, guys? It is Nate here from Reagan Productions, and I am here to congratulate Douglas, Drown Boy Productions, on what I am going to go ahead and call probably the most significant find in the hobby this year. I know it's early, but I don't see too many finds happening this year that are going to outdo this one. He has found the original voice changer from 1996's Scream. Guys, I'm telling you, this has been one of my top wants in the hobby since I saw this movie for the first time in 1996. We all did. We all wanted, whenever you saw it, it didn't matter. Everyone wanted that voice changer. Of course, the internet wasn't what it is now back then, so you were very limited on being able to find something like that. And as most of you are aware, this was the closest thing that we could get. Very similar phone image. In fact, it might even be the same one. But basically what you have here is a Chinese knockoff of the original. Shaped a little bit different, a little bit smaller, rounded, more buttons. But this was for most people in the community, this was their voice changer. This was the Scream / Ghostface voice changer. But again, we all acknowledge that it wasn't the exact same one. It looked different. And because people had searched for so long, nothing even came up, not even a photo. It was always assumed for the longest time that what they used on screen had to have been custom made, that it was likely just a white project box from Radio Shack or something that they put the decals on. Heck, maybe they even had one of these and copied it, you know. That was the assumption. It wasn't until last year, during one of my conversations I was having with JP Jones, where he said, no. That was not something that we had made, or it wasn't just a prop laying around. He's like, I bought that. I bought that for the movie at a costume shop. It's 110% a real world item. It exists. It's out there somewhere. It was still hard to believe because, like I said, over 25 years, me personally, and I know other people, have looked and looked and looked and looked, never even saw a photo of the same one that was used in the original Scream. So even then it was like, is it a real world item though? Could it really exist? Is it even possible? Wouldn't one have turned up by now? Well, it's turned up. We have it. Douglas has it. We as in a community, we now have the information. It is real. It does exist. It was a real world item. After Douglas found this, I couldn't believe it. And I was like losing my mind. I was driving when I got the photo and I couldn't type fast enough. I had to pull over. And I immediately texted it to JP, the photos of it. And I said, please tell me this is it. He immediately remembered, that's the one. That's 100% it. I remember the brand at the top, and I remember taking it off with like a little scratch pad to hide it. Might even put a little bit of something white there to cover it up. But he specifically remembered instantly. He goes, yes, that's 100% it. Great work tracking that down. So there you have it. Confirmed by JP Jones. That's 100% the same voice changer that was used in Scream 1996. He even remembers the brand now and taking the brand name off of it. Guys, I'm telling you, we used Google image search after Douglas found this, and there's nothing. There's barely any like other products from this company out there. I'm not saying there aren't any, because they are, but it's like anything from this company is so rare at this point that I really don't know if we'll ever see another one pop up. Fingers crossed it does, but this was not one of those finds where, oh, well, now we know the brand, so now you just get on eBay and, oh, look, there's been 50 of them on there the whole time. We just didn't know the brand. No, it's almost like, it's a unicorn for sure. It's like this mythical thing that just popped up and Drown Boy found it, and I don't know if we're going to find another unicorn, guys. Anyways, I just want to congratulate Drown Boy Productions, my good friend Douglas, on this amazing find, which I am calling right now is the most significant find in the hobby of 2024, and very likely will remain as such. Congratulations, Douglas. I'm jealous, but it went to the best home it could possibly go to. I guess I'll just have to stick with mine for now.
All right, I have no clue what Nate said there, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and thank you, Nate, for the video. I just want to stress yet again, guys, this is one of the biggest finds in the Ghostface hobby in a very long time. Like I said, whenever it comes to original Ghostface stuff, there's almost nothing left to discover. And in fact, finding one of the original voice changers was kind of the last main costume piece to come across. And I'm extremely proud to have found this piece. At this point in time, I don't know if I will or not, but I'm thinking just because these are so rare, I may try and make some replicas of these. I may try and mold it. It is a very simple prop. I mean, there's no slides on the side to try and turn the volume up or down or change pitch. The only buttons or switches this has is on the bottom, power on off, and a switch that says high and low frequency. That's it. Very, very simple voice changer. Also, I have not tried to put batteries in this, but the listing said that it did not work. So it is unfortunate that it doesn't function. However, we already know it's not going to sound like Ghostface's voice. I'm kind of just curious how much worse this could sound than the more modern day voice changers. You know, has that technology really gotten much better? Because as far as I can recall, even the older style like I showed you guys that was perceived to be the Scream 1 voice changer sounds very similar to the modern day copies that are being put out. And with this find, I think I have pretty much every style voice changer that's been used in the Scream films, so I think I will put together a Scream voice changer guide. Hope you guys enjoy that whenever that comes. And I also may have to put together a fully accurate Scream 1 Ghostface costume. Because aside from having the exact model boots, I have some that are very, very close. They are Reebok's box and look very similar. And now, with the original knife, mask, a nice replica robe, and a voice changer, it should be a pretty much perfect cosplay. Alright, well there's really not a whole lot left to say here. It is a pretty basic prop, but still a ginormous find in the Ghostface world. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoy some of the videos coming up soon. I love you all, thank you for watching, and see you next time.